Hello, I'm Mark Hammett, minister of the Weber Road Church of Christ in Corpus Christi, Texas. If you're ever in our area, we'd like to invite you to join us for our Bible classes and our worship services each week on Sundays and also on Wednesdays. And you can view our website at webercofc.com to find all information out about our congregation. Also, you can join us for many of our Bible classes and our worship assembly on Sunday on Facebook and our YouTube channel. And so we'd like to give you and extend that invitation always for you to join us. We will be reading in a few moments from Philippians chapter 1. Philippians chapter 1 is where our Bible reading will come from in just a few moments. I'll be reading from the English Standard Version, although you can follow along with any version that you might have. You know, there's a story about a grandmother that was babysitting her 3-year-old grandson, Sean, for the very first time. And you can imagine doing that at the supper table. She instructed him. She said, "Let's thank God for our food." Well, being a typical toddler, he had his own opinion, and he said, "No, I don't want to." Well, she remained very calm, and she said, "Well, Sean, at Grandma's house, we thank God for the food before we eat. You can't eat until we thank God." Well, he said, "You can't make me." And she said, "Again, if we don't pray, we don't eat, young man." Well, he said, "I would say it if you made mashed potatoes." You know, it's a cute little story, but how many of us are oftentimes just like Sean? We're not always thankful for what life puts on our plate. It's not that we want to be ungrateful. It's just we honestly don't see much to be thankful for. We might be more thankful if God put mashed potatoes on our plate, or whatever it is that we really like in life. If He had given us more money to pay our bills, or if He had given us more presents so that we'll be happier. We might be more grateful if we weren't so lonely, if we didn't have quite so many worries or fears or problems in life. If life just wasn't so hard and heavy, then we might be more thankful. As Sean put it, how can you be thankful when your plate is stacked up with yucky stuff? Well, that's something to think about as we read Philippians chapter 1. And we're going to see just how thankful we as children of God really ought to be at all times. And this particularly, hopefully, is an encouragement to you during the Thanksgiving and the upcoming holiday season. Philippians chapter 1. I thank my God in all my remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine for you all, making my prayer with joy, because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. And I am sure of this, that He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. It is right for me to feel this way about you all, because I hold you in my heart. For you are all partakers with me of grace, both in my imprisonment and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel. For God is my witness, how I yearn for you all with the affection of Christ Jesus. And it's my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. I want you to know, brothers, that what has happened to me has really served to advance the gospel, so that it has become known throughout the whole imperial guard, and to all the rest that my imprisonment is for Christ. And most of the brothers, having become confident in the Lord by my imprisonment, are much more bold to speak the word without fear. Some indeed preach Christ from envy and rivalry, but others from goodwill. The latter do it out of love, knowing that I am put here for the defense of the gospel. The former proclaim Christ out of rivalry, not sincerely, but thinking to afflict me in my imprisonment. What then? Only that in every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Christ is proclaimed, and in that I rejoice. To To live is Christ, yes, and I will rejoice. Remember those words from the Apostle Paul, who is in prison, yet he finds it within his heart and within his faith in God to be thankful for those things in life that he was blessed with. May the Lord bless you richly as you seek to follow the Lord's will.